All right, everything's pretty much put away in the shop, and now it's time to open up some fresh boxes from Texas Speed. Remember this little guy, this stock bottom end 5.3? I know most of you guys remember, but if you don't, I got this for a few $100. And we are putting it in this here Mustang chip. It's gonna have a power glide, and it's gonna be ready for hopefully sick week in February. So I didn't really talk about sick week at all, but the Mr. 6 Seconds himself, 6 seconds, I don't know how he says that, Tom Bailey, legend, is doing a drag week, race week, whatever you want to call it, drag and drive style event down here in the great state of Florida in February. So that means we got to get this thing ready for February. We got a lot to do, a good amount of time, but you guys know builds are crazy, problems arise, we need to make test hits, all these kind of good things, but we can finally put the motor together because guess what? I got boxes here from Texas Speed. Look at that, precision race components. This is Texas Speed's in-house cylinder head division. They make some really good cylinder heads, and then they also modify pre-existing cylinder heads that General Motors made. So that's what we got, some modified cylinder heads. And then they're gonna go on this thing, stock bottom end, unopened, and we're gonna do the whole stock bottom end deal. I like that whole deal, it's fun. You know, this motor will blow up, it might blow up, who knows, we're not gonna put that much power through it, but let's open up some boxes here. I haven't opened up this box yet. I opened up those because I wanted to touch them, but I haven't opened up this box yet. Let's see what we got. Spent a little while on the phone with the guys over at Texas Speed. We came up with a little plan. That's the stock cam, don't mind that one. Nobody wants that thing. Oh yeah, so called up Texas Speed. We spent a little time talking, got new bolt for the balancer, brand new balancer bolt, some TSP lifters, some head bolts, not studs, we just did some bolts, some brand new lifter trays, brand new LS2 style chain, cam, of course, because nobody uses stock cams. Got some Trinion kit for the rockers. You guys remember a few months back, I feel like it is, that I pulled all these apart. Got to upgrade to the Trinion kit, chain guide, tensioner, whatever you want to call that, push rods. All this Texas Speed boxes, so awesome that they just they do this kind of stuff, you know, like they're just a one-stop shop. Love it, it's always awesome. This is probably an oil pump, brand new front seal and all new gaskets, OEM GM head gaskets, and then some exhaust manifold gaskets. They spec'd out this cam for me. I told them what I was trying to do. Made it right in-house. So as you guys know, I took the cylinder heads off of this, sent them out to Texas Speed, and they took them apart, they cleaned them, they threw away all that old stock junk, tossed that in the trash. Then right when they were about to get to reassembly, they realized there was a hairline crack, like right around like a bolt where it would go into a water jacket. So they said, yeah, they're not putting those back together because that would be pointless. And they hucked those in the trash as well. So these guys right here are actually a set of LS6 cylinder heads, some stock ones that they ported, polished, new valves, new springs, new retainers, the whole nine, new seals, all of it. So these are some much better heads now which is really cool. And yeah, so sent out those heads and they ended up in the trash in Texas. Kind of funny story. So these nicely ported, polished, CNC'd, freaking just, they crushed it. These look so good. Cathedral port, LS6, basically the exact same cylinder head that I have on the 240. So time to put this motor together. I have everything I should need, and I'm just gonna start, and then I can put the oil pan on and finally drop this thing in. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the little stuff first. So step one, I'm gonna soak the lifters in some oil, get them pumped up, kind of get them filled a little bit. They're already kind of oily, but just for good measure. I mean, I got some time before they have to quite go in yet. Got this little guy, I guess that'll work. Use this, let these lifters kind of soak up some oil. They're definitely got some oil on them already, but should have put the lifters in first. I even thought to do that, and then I just poured the oil. Jumped the gun once I had the camera out. Got nervous when you guys were watching. A little bit of oil in there. Already getting my clean workspace oily. These guys soaking. Okay, so basically everything has to get oiled. So putting these together, so you kind of just use this bearing like that. Drop this through there like that. And then you put this little C-clip on there, and then do the same for the other side. Super time consuming thing, but has to be done. Then they come out looking like this. So C-clips on either side holding this in so it doesn't, you know, sway back and forth. And then nice bearings and these nice and lubed up. So just gonna keep on doing this. I got a bunch to do, just cranking away. Now that there's oil everywhere, these are done. I gotta say, I appreciate the company for including one more of these just because they're very easy to lose. I thankfully launched one but found it, but it is nice to just come with one extra just because it's easy to lose them. So rockers are done. Super nice upgrade. These things are badass. And then now it's time to put the cam in. It's not exactly assembly lube, but it'll work. Be gentle on the cam bearings. Water bubbles. It's free enough. So water bubbles right over here. And then you use them to handle essentially basically your cam. They're going in on that bolt. Alright, cam is in. Okay, so there you go. Timing dot there, lined them up. Like I said, not a how-to. I don't know what I'm doing. Oil pump. Hello. I imagine this hardware is for the oil pump because it's pretty dirty. Almost all the hardware is pretty much the same. I accidentally got the wrong ones. I got the LS6 ones and I needed the LS1 ones. So, time to put these in. I used two just to hold it because there's no dowel on this side. There's a dowel here, no dowel on this side. So just kind of, they're kind of just in there like that. So I'm gonna start threading all these in, and then we can torque them all down. Lightly tightened all these with the impact, you know, not even those are not even hand tight, but just to get something on there. And then I'm gonna do the lower in the middle and then torque to their spec. All right, first one is on, tight, good to go. I'm going to finish this side and then go to the other side, just because that takes a lot out of me, man. And then do the other cylinder head, so. Push rods. Just gonna cover these up for now and then come back through and retighten them. LSs are just so easy. As I say this right before I probably mess something up, but they're just so simple. That's why they're so great. So I'm in here torquing down this cylinder head and I hear a moaning outside. Is that you, Bowser? You just out here laying in the sun making a bunch of noise? Oh yes. So looking mighty assembled over here. Obviously there's still a bunch I gotta do. Gotta put the cover on. I don't think I'm gonna use this Valley cover. It's just a little ugly. Maybe get a new one. Just gotta bolt down these, but I'm gonna double check all the lifters, all the valve train before I do that. Turned it over a bunch of times to make sure everything was good. So I have a couple options for oil pan. I have this OEM F-body one that I got for when I was using it with the Camaro. So this one's a little used. It's good though. I have the truck one that came with that, and I hope that windage tray works because I don't have the F-body windage tray. That one must have stayed with the, must still be on the 240. And then I also have a F-Body Moroso one that I ordered to try to maybe give this thing a little better oil pressure when it was in the Camaro. And I never ended up putting it on, so I have a brand new Moroso one. But I think I'm just gonna put this one in for simplicity's sake. Well, I took it off and used the Sawzall. Looks like the SEMA beaver got to it, but not proud of it, but it should work fine. The windage tray, it's just a little notch now. So what are you gonna do? I was thinking about hammering it, but I didn't want it to interfere with anything. This, at least I know, will not interfere with the rods and pistons. And then we can put the oil pan back on now. I just test fitted it and it does fit. We are good to go. Not pretty. Don't screenshot this. All right, now I'm just gonna put the motor mounts on. These are all from UPR. This is their LS motor mount kit. And then it just comes with it's kind of just solid like this. And it just goes right into their K-member. A few different spots to put it. I don't know how far forward or back I'm gonna go just yet. Probably, I have no idea. I would imagine there's a specific hole for LS, and I'm sure we'll find it as soon as we start lowering it in. But I'm gonna put this stuff on so that once we lower this thing in, it's nice and simple. And so just like that, these are on and they look freaking sick. I really like how this is. It's like, it's a really smart design, so super cool. Can't wait to really fit these up. Whew. So let's get to the other side. Well, that went well. That was a very easy engine placement. Everything fits really well. Oil pan fits perfect. Accessories have endless amount of space. Like, there is so much room in front of this engine. It's crazy. Look at that. That's wild. There's so much space. Hopefully the Power Glide fits well. I mean, the engine's set really far back, but this is a off-the-shelf stuff. None of this is custom, so I imagine UPR knows what they're doing. I have zero worries that everything won't just fit. So super cool, super easy install. Huge thanks to UPR and Texas Speed for making this video possible and this smooth install possible. This thing looks freaking nice in there. Look at that. We have an LS Mustang now. Almost. We're getting there. So everything back here is pretty good. I should have decent amount of room for the coolant stuff. It's a little close, but shouldn't be bad. As in coolant, I mean heater. And then, I mean, I don't need the heater all that much, but I'm gonna put it on because they're easy, most likely. I don't know, haven't decided on that. If it doesn't fit, I'll ditch the heater, but it's not really a huge worry of mine. AC stuff should all fit pretty well. We got good amount of room for the headers. It's a little tight, but we should make it work. We should be good. So just gotta start everything else, and then we could put the blower on and see. I'm actually gonna put the blower on right now because my curiosity level is on this right here, because I want to know if it fits under the hood, and I want to know how it looks. Oh, it doesn't fit under the hood at all. Not even close. It's definitely gonna have to have a big, pretty large hole cut in the hood, which I'm not really too mad about. I like holes in the hood. It's one of my favorite things to do, is actually cut a hood nicely for like stuff like this. I love doing that, and I love the look of that. But as some of you guys can probably tell, this is a cathedral port motor with square port LSA. That doesn't go together, but I have these, which are, you know, square port to cathedral port adapters that I've used with this LSA a few times before, so that's not an issue. So cooking along, guys. I'm so pumped to have this motor in. But that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.